Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and today is an episode of Thrifty Canucks. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh, when was the last time I did a Thrifty Canucks video? So this pile is the last pile from summer. I had set it aside and I just have kept moving it and moving it and moving it in my studio. And some stuff got put away. I just couldn't wait. I had to put it away. And then we had the renovations. First, we were supposed to have the renovations, and I moved everything, and it got pushed into the move. And then we didn't have it, so I moved things back a little bit so I could still work. Then we did have the renovations, and I got moved again in another spot. So it sat on my sewing chair, the pile, for the last 3 weeks, again waiting to get done. And I couldn't use one of my sewing machines because that meant I had to move that stuff somewhere else again. So I did a lot of stuff with my other sewing machine in black thread, because I try to have the machine set up in a dark thread and a light thread so that it makes it easy for doing quick jobs. So I couldn't use anything where I needed white thread unless I changed the machine or got rid of this huge pile. So today is the day. Yeah, so I'm excited to get this going. I think I've also got my camera now to a position where it's going to work, because this comes right up to almost to the end of the table here. I have my little purple dot. This is how I set it up so I can see the dot, and then that tells me where I am on the table, because I think the last couple of videos I haven't been always in camera. So now that little purple dot sits on my phone rest, and then I can use it now to measure my table. And technically my tools are usually right here, my bowl of tools. This bowl usually sits right here, but for doing videos I will just move it off to the side. I actually have probably about 8 inches more room than what I normally have. And so this is new and exciting. Not that it stays this way. You saw my desk the other day. It usually ends up like that. So I'll just show you things that I've bought. It's just leftovers of stuff that I bought some things were a little unusual, or I got them at the last minute, and I just wanted to share with you before I put it away, because now it's going to get put away. So I bought these 2 placemats, and yeah, they're ugly as all get out, right? I mean, they were nice probably in some hippie days, but they're not comfortable to have on your table, because they don't feel fun and exciting or smooth, and they're not very colorful, which, you know, brown was okay in the 70s. But what I bought them for, I paid $2 for the 2 of them. Okay, there's 2, or maybe, no, there's 2. Yeah. I was on my way, but I stopped at the thrift shop first. I was on my way to the dollar store to buy some wooden dowels for an upcoming project that I will share with you guys later. And when I saw these, I went, well, there's $20 worth of wooden dowels right there. They're a little bit thinner than a wooden dowel, but they will slide right out of this, and I've been waiting to do this just for you. And so now I have stained wooden dowels. So yeah, I do have a project coming up where we're going to use these, which will be a lot of fun. An alternative, if you don't have these placemats, is to go and get some wooden dowels, or you probably could use, well, you could use some straws, or you could use some chopsticks if you have some chopsticks, or some really tightly rolled up paper. So there's options, or even wire. You could even use wire. But yeah, I have these wooden dowels now, and it really cost me nothing for them. And then I thought, like, it's a bit of a struggle to get them out, I think, probably. I'm sure they put them on here pretty tight. I'm not going to do them all on camera, but I'll try and do one more at least. And I think then I'll be left with some really cool material that I can use for snippets and clusters and stuff. It'll be a struggle, but I'll do this off camera when I'm waiting for a video to upload. There we go. So I will be left with a nice fringy bit of material that I can cut up or make strips or do all kinds of fun things with it. So like if you see where the one dowel came out in here, I could easily cut it in between this long strip and make a real fringy looking thing. So if I did that every second one, I'd have these beautiful fringes that I can use. And they would be really nice to glue down the center of a ruffle. Do I have a ruffle on the table? No. But if I glued it down the center of a ruffle, then I could even glue some gems or sequins down the center of that. So you could really make some fun trims. So I may keep some of this to show you and do a day where I show you how to do that. Because, you know, I always tell you to craft with your eyes wide open. And it's because if you look at things differently, you can create some really fun things that nobody else has. Yeah, so they're not bad to take these out. What I was going to do is take my scissors and see if I could cut this really quickly, just to give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. So I'm cutting in between these two orangey colored threads, and I'm cutting down the center of the brown threads. So those little threads are woven in between. Okay, so I'm going to move that out of the way. Now, because this was the end row, I got a piece of white paper here just to help you see a little bit better. So I cut it on that side. So if I cut down this side too, and you could cut it wide or short, it wouldn't really matter much. Now you'd have to take some care in doing it when you're gluing and working with this, because you might pull some of these little threads out. But that makes some really fun trim. I don't have any ruffle on the table, but I have this shabby fabric. So if I take that fabric and then put this on top and glue it down, but I would like it on a ruffle, of course, and then had some blingy, you've seen me work with that bling stuff, or sequins or beads or anything, you could hand stitch those onto here. You can make some really fun, funky trims that nobody has. So yeah, this is going to go in the pile to work with. Maybe I'll do that off camera today. I think this is going to be a little bit harder to do because the threads are already coming loose. So I think I'm going to pass on this one. But this one, the threads are woven right into the cross threads. Somebody that's a weaver could say the exact way to say it. And this one, it looks like I pulled it a little tiny bit. So I might have to be careful just to get it stitched on, or those little threads in between, I may have to just pull them out, so that you'd have this little cluster that is, if you can see, stitched right into the cross threads. But it's these little two that are in between that I would just pull them out or let them fall out on their own. Yeah, because this is going to come out. So if you just took that out, it really wouldn't make much difference, and it would make it more like little bunches of you know, sort of like a little cluster on here. And then that also lends to, because you'd have these little spots, you could just put a gem here and here glued into the center and have just the weaving in between. So if I took that other thread out, so you just have that weaving in between. Oh, I likey, I likey, I likey. So this just shows you some different ideas and how to think differently so that you can use all of this. Like, look at all the fringe I have. I have two of these. And I was going for the wooden dowels, and it was only, you know, by the corner of my eye that I saw these, and I said, oh, well, that saved me going to get wooden dowels. It saves me the money because, you know, wooden dowels aren't $1 each or $1 for this many. And they're already stained, which is even nicer still. So that win-win for me. That was long and winded, but you learned something, right? Okay, I'm going to get this out of the way and work on that later today. Put that out of the way. The Da Vinci Code. We walked into the Habitat for Humanity stores, their refit stores, and they had a section of books that were free. They said, take, free to take as much as you want. So my husband took a couple of books for reading, and I got this Da Vinci Code book, and oh my goodness, the pictures in here are just amazing. Well, not that one, but it is the mermaid, the Little Mermaid. Maybe I bet you Jen would want that. So it's got these chapter 59, so like a little label type thing that I can use that separates each chapter. So if there's chapter 59, that means there's at least 59 of these, if not. That says epilogue, and this says chapter 105. So I have 105 labels for free if they work out to cut them out. But the imagery in here is just beautiful. Some of them I would use, some of them I wouldn't use. But yeah, lots of chapter images. Sure, like this is a fun image. Those are all... Of course, now I want to find these beautiful images that I was looking at, and I won't find any because you're looking. This one's beautiful. I love this one, the architecture. Some design ideas. More design ideas. But there are beautiful pictures. Where are they? Well, regardless, I have 105 labels. Oh, for heaven's sakes. I know that there were some beautiful images in here. Okay, well, there's this one. This is a mermaid image here. Now this says witch. Certain strange and true discovery of a witch. Egyptian. Leonardo da Vinci himself. There's the Mona Lisa. Okay, I'm getting some images here. Yeah, I guess I'm hitting the pages where they're not. Okay, that one's all nudes. The pyramids. Yeah, I must be just hitting the pages where they're not showing. But there are some fun images in here, and if nothing else, I have 105 labels. so that all works out good. There's Leonardo da Vinci stuff. There he is again. So yeah, I will harvest the images out of here what I can. Venus. And then the rest of the book will... Now there's a nice picture for Paris. I love that picture, the Eiffel Tower. The rest of the book I will use for envelopes and, backgrounds and that type of thing. Here's a great image. Now, I forget now you can see all this. That's pretty cool. I was focusing on this side of the page, but you can see both. And great end papers. And the book itself, burgundy colored book. I'm hoping to use some very large books in the next little while. Jacket, of course, just gets used for whatever. Although I would love to cut this out. I think that would be a fun image. But yeah, so there's that book was free. And this book was free. This is the Flower Garden Planner. And hardcover. It's not the same as those other catalog books, but some beautiful images in here. And it was free. Free for the taking. And so you plan your garden. Somebody started to plan their garden, and there's all of these little images that are already fussy cut. Woohoo! So I don't know if these come just like this, or if somebody actually took them out of the book already and placed them in here. But there's lots. So those will be great pictures. This is a great background. This just gives you lots of opportunity. And it looks like they have little cuts in here all over. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the cuts or not. You can probably see them on this side. And you would fill the flower pots with whatever you like in the flower boxes. But there's all of these cutouts, and they do pop out pretty good. I can try and take one out here. So there's one right there. So I would just snip that off, or actually put it in a flower pot. I'm sure I've got things that I could make it two-dimensional, where there, be layers where I could put a flower pot or something in front of it. So yeah, these are all cutouts now. Yeah, somebody did take some of these out, but that's what this is full of. All of these beautiful images to plan your garden. And there are larger ones. And then the background paper is also beautiful too. So if I do take the image out, there's all this space up here where I would have these beautiful backgrounds on the back. So yeah, lovely book for harvesting all of these great images. And lots of them. So that will be fun to play with. Now, I didn't look what's on this side. Oh, it's just like a little booklet. Ooh, I could easily take this out of the book and use it as a glue book. These are like bookmarks, although I have no shortage of bookmarks using those paint swatches. But this could be a fun little book to collage on, or just, repurpose with paper inside. So yeah, win-win. Free. Always got to check out the free sections. Now, this book I bought at Value Village, and I did get 20% off. I didn't go on Senior's Day, but I love this book. I don't know if I will be able to keep it, because I know somebody might want it, but she'll have to ask me for it because I kind of want it. But if she asks me for it, she gets it, and she knows who she is. She just has to say the word. I think it's really for her. It is called High Style, and it is all beautiful. Now this, there's no question. There's parasols. Look at these images. I have to have those. But look at all the clothing in here. And look at this as a background page. Yes, Thelma, I know you're looking at this. I had to say, because in case somebody else thought it was for them. But yeah, it's sort of for Thelma. If she wants it. If she doesn't want it, I will keep it. But I think she'll want it. I'll wait till she comes. Well, no, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? You could have so much fun even putting other heads on here, or a cat head, or a dog head. Like you could have a blast with this. Like these would make some really fun journal cards or tags. Look at the clothing. Yes, Thelma, I know you're drooling. You must be drooling. And just beautiful, beautiful. Like I love this fabric. Just gorgeous. So yeah, I got this at Value Village, and just speaks so many opportunities to make things. Like, I don't know, I just picture a cat wearing this, and some of them are so pretty. Now this I could do without. Look at the hats and the belts. Look at this dress. Look at the back of it. So easily these could be turned into, you could have some fun collaging with these. And there's some fun images that could just be cut out and made into journal cards just like that. Oh, this is pretty with the butterflies. Look at that. So yes, I know. Thelma, if you're watching, just leave me a comment. It's a beautiful book. So yeah, there are so many possibilities in here. Oh, I want to see that. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, lots of fun. and then the lovely ladies. Okay, so that's that book, High Style. Keep your eye out for it. I don't know where it would show up. It must be a very expensive book. I don't see. Maybe it's on the back. Printed in Italy. Look at the back cover. Isn't that gorgeous? So it was $6.99. I got about 20% off. So 7 times 8. So I paid $5.60 for it. And no price on here either. But beautiful book. Now these trays, and there were more of them. I just wanted to give a public shout out and thank you to Jennifer Dirtle. Jennifer Dirtle has her own channel as well. And she is local to the area, and her and Deborah and I went garage sailing this summer. And I mentioned, I always ask when I get with my gal pals, I always say, what is it you're looking for today? Or what color are you drawn to today? And just to get a feel for what people are looking. And I mentioned I wanted a bunch of trays because I watched Caroline do her coffee staining with trays. And she gave me I think there's about 8 altogether. So thank you, Jen. Thank you. I'm excited to use these. And my husband scooped a few. So I will still have to go and get a few more because I really would like to be able to do a piece of paper. I still like the oven method. That is my most favorite method. But if you want to do some decorative papers where you're using paints and combinations of inks, I don't do that in my kitchen. So only because it's too messy and it takes too much time to do all that stuff, with the layering of the plastic doilies and stuff. So this for the winter would be ideal to do in my studio, where I can do one page, either paint or do whatever I want on here, stain it, and then leave it to dry, and then pile this on top going this way, which is why I love these trays, and then do another one on here. So I could leave a stack of trays sitting, and this is all the space it takes up wherever I stack them until they're dry. I don't know if you remember, but I was drinking some hibiscus tea one day, and I had a little bit of tea left over, and I had a tray sitting close by, and so I just took a piece of paper and threw it down, and I threw the tea over top, thinking, oh, I'm going to get this beautiful pinky cranberry colored paper. And it turned green. It turned completely green, like a foresty green color. So I want to experiment with that a little bit more and see what kind of results I can get from my leftover tea when I'm drinking. But this is the perfect way to do stuff like that, where you do 1 or 2 sheets and then you just leave it somewhere to dry, and it doesn't take up any space and you don't have to, move it around. So that's why I wanted these. And the only thing is Tom's confiscated a few. So when I pick up some other trays that he can have, then I will get those back, only because I want them to all be the same size so I can do this. And they do sit, there's obviously a little ridge here because they do sit. So that's another thing, is I don't have to worry about them sliding off too easy. So I will get the other ones back from him when I pick up more trays. Because I would love to ideally have about 20 of these. So then, after we went garage sailing all over Moncton, and again, I'd like to give a public thank you to Rob for being our chauffeur. It was so much fun. We had a great time, and he was such a good chauffeur. He looked up all the addresses, and he had it all put in his GPS, and we were ready to go. And we'd get in the car, and he'd move 10 feet, and he'd say, okay, there's 2 down here and 1 over there, and then we would do those ones and then come back to the car. And he did that all day with us, which was amazing. So thank you, Rob. What a wonderful guy. My husband would be good for about half an hour to an hour max. I'm not going to lie. That's how he is. Although Thelma was able to convince him to go with us a little bit longer than that. But yeah, he's not good with a lot of driving and stopping and waiting. And he certainly wouldn't do the GPS thing for us. As much as he loves to do things for us, that's not one of the top 10. But after we finished yard sailing, Rob and Jen went on to their house, and and I think they had to stop at the grocery store and pick something up. And so Deborah and I went to the antique market, which is on the way to Jen's house, which we were originally going to go to begin with. And I stopped at this one vendor and I got 3 different log books, but I put one away because it was very similar. 3 different log books for $15. I think it was 15, maybe it was 10. It might have been 10. No, I think it was 15. $5 each. But this one has not been used. It's a radio logbook for ships. And it has all the information, the record of communication, ship particulars, and then the radio log starts here. So the radio logs have a white and then a yellow copy for the carbon copy, a duplicate, and then it's got the carbon paper at the back. This thing has never been used. Now, I don't know how often they use these log books, but at the time that it was purchased, it was $69.95 for this book. So I don't know if they still use these. I think there's a much more modern system. So these are probably at least 20 years old, if not older. And to think that somebody would have paid $69.95 for this just blows my mind, because that's the original sticker price on here, with some type of a stock number. But yeah, never used. So I plan to share some of this with Jen and Deb. Of course, I just hadn't unpacked and opened it. Now the other one, I think I put it away, but it was another form of a logbook. And then there was this big one. And this is the Chief Engineer's logbook. And this one was also $69. There was a sticker here at one time. What I like about this one is I love this blue, it's like a chipboard. But on this side, it's got, this is right on here, I think. Yeah, it's right on the cardboard. Too bad. But I love this color. So I'll have to figure out a way that I can use this to work with. But look at these pages. There are just tons of them in here. Great for, a whole signature page, even 2 pages on one, or fold out of some sort. So they are massive. This book is 14.5 inches by probably 12, 14.5 by 12. So really big book. Now at the back is the same blue paper or cover. And it also has the paper glued right to it. So this says main engine, main boilers. So it's the same on both sides. Oh, air and gas system, fuel system, hours. Okay, so it's like a 2-page layout. It looks like air and gas, fuel. Yeah, so it's a 2-page layout for each day. Yeah. Turbine tanker. Cool, but yeah, going to get chopped up. So yeah, there were 3 books altogether, but I don't know if it was 10 or 15. So it was either $5 a book or I got them at a really good bonus price. So now, bring this onto the table and we will slowly go through it. Okay, I have my very first house hippo. I had no idea that I needed such a thing. I had no idea there was such a thing, but apparently we need a house hippo. And according to folklore or Deb, or maybe she made this up, I don't know, it's supposed to live in the closet in your spare bedroom. Well, that's fine, and he eats all your crumbs. Well, the only way there'd be crumbs in the spare bedroom is if Thelma and Barb took cookies to bed, I guess, or a sandwich to bed. In which case, he'd be going very hungry until next year. So I decided he's got to be a studio, a hippopotamus. And so, yeah, I have one. I paid 25 cents for him. It was the very first stop that we made. And they said, oh, a house hippo. And I said, a house hippo. And they said, you don't have a house hippo? And I said, no. So they said I had to get a house hippo. So I think I'm going to funk him up a little bit. I think he needs to wear a little bit of a boho outfit. Yeah, something sparkly and shiny, because he'll be my boho studio hippo. How's that? And I will continue to look for a house hippo that goes in my closet. If anybody else can confirm the closet thing in the spare bedroom, please do, or tell me more about the house hippo. But apparently I needed one, and now I have one. So he can stay here until I have a chance to decorate him, and then I'll show you what he looks like. So this was in my Value Village shopping, and it was $2.99 3. So I probably did this on Senior's Day. 3 times 7, so $2.10. Thank you, Linda. So I'm going to just very carefully pull these out. I do not save any more of these. I have way too many. Deb, stop saving them. Jen thought we were crazy. I have way, way too many. But I do save the plastic bags because I do reuse them all the time. So this is Christmas garland. But I don't know if it's all one piece or if it's multiple strands. I never opened it, so let's just see if we can find a beginning and an end. Yes, there's one end. Okay, so these are individual strands. I don't need any Christmas garland. I have more than enough in the bucket that I have. But what I bought these for is they are all movable beads. So if you open this up, they will all come loose, and it just speaks of dangles, window decorations, little connections for your art, for your junk journals, tassels, bohemian, anything, slow stitching, just a ton of stuff. So you can see how much I have here. And these are all very sparkly beads that I can use, as well as these blue and silver. It's for $2.10. You can see how much I have here. When you're going to find this, well, you can find it now in the Dollaramas, or, you know, your dollar stores, and, you know, probably Walmart sells it pretty inexpensively too. Look for the ones where they are removable beads, where they're on a string so that you can cut them up, or wait until after Christmas. And I'm not joking. If you go the first couple weeks after Christmas, or even if you go dig around in the Thrifty stuff now, you'll probably find some strands like this. But you want the movable ones. Although the other ones we use too. I use those for making flowers. But yeah, you can pick this up, and the mileage you get, look at this, for a couple bucks, you know, to pick these up at the thrift shops or on sale now at your dollar stores and Walmart and, you know, whatever, Target, Zellers. So you can find them, and they're out there. There's no shortage of this stuff. And it is great for your journal making, for decorating, and for making little tassels and mini tassels. You know, I really work more in the, like, mostly in boho designs, and I really unfairly haven't shown you a lot of that stuff, and so I now have a playlist called Boho Everything, and I will be exploring and doing more things where you can see how this stuff gets used and know where to, you know, how to use it. So yeah, $2.10, gang. It doesn't get much cheaper than that, right? How am I doing for time? 4:30. I don't have much time. I've got about another. So I might have to split this up into 2 videos. Deb and I stopped at a sale. Jen didn't want to get out of the car. The woman had tons and tons and tons of scrapbooking. Thank goodness we were there late in the day. Otherwise, Deb would have no money. Because Deb, she must have been a stamp a Stampin' Up! Representative at one time or another. There were stamp sets that were not even used, a combination of the wooden, the acrylic. She had this Versamark with the embossing powder. That's what I took from that. I really got to start working with that stuff. I keep gathering more and more, and I think I paid 50 cents each for these. They're brand new. She's never used it. And this one says $3.99, so this is $3.99. And this Versamark stamp pad, brand new, never used. I mean, there are not even any indents. There's not even any little bit of dirt, nothing. Never used. I mean, I have the refill to refill it, so I will do that. But you know, either way, they were like 50 cents each or something to that effect. And yeah, thank goodness. Deb did buy a lot of cool things and cool punches, like real good punches. The whale tail. Not the whale tail punch that everybody calls, not the tab punch, but punches like this she picked up for a couple of bucks. And it was a really good deal. I don't need any more of that stuff, but I know she's still collecting. Ooh, this must have been open. Oh no, I guess that's the sparkles from that Garland. I bought this tin at a yard sale. With the girls. I think I paid, it says $8 on here, but I didn't pay $8. I think I paid $1 for it. Yeah, I think I paid $1 for it. Just a hinged tin. I like these filled with buttons, of course, or whatever. But this was just some of the jewelry that I bought in our travels at the yard sales. These big earrings. You know, one earring becomes a dangle on a project or a dangle on a tassel. Fun pieces. So I think they were 50 cents a pair. I think, or maybe they were $1 a pair. These earrings were $1 a pair. These earrings were $1 a pair. And so there's 2 of them in here. I think these were 25 cents because I had to loan a quarter from Jen because all I had was a 20. And so, but these were somewhere else and they were $1 a pair. But they're beautiful decorations for boho journals. Definitely. I will have no problem using these in my stuff. And then I bought this necklace to harvest the beads. And so there's quite a bit on here. It's a vintage necklace, not an expensive one. It's a cheapie. It's not even a marking on here. Probably, you know, the made in China stuff. That was the knockoffs for the Japanese jewelry at the time. Made in Japan or made in Germany is the really beautiful stuff. But this has a lot of acrylic beads and just beautiful, pretty beads that I can use in my art. And I love this color. So I have a green journal like in this color that I'm doing. So this could get used in it. And so there's all of that. And then the girls had gifted us some stuff. Now, I think I put some away, and I think I'm going to mess up who is from who. This came from Jen. I'm pretty sure this came from Jen. She gave me a box of books this summer, a box of paper, 2 boxes of books. That had calendars in it and different, but she made all of this, and I love this. I gotta be careful here. Don't want to. I love this kind of handmade fodder. Oh, these dresses are so cute too. And I've forgotten what was in here. Just beautiful little goodies. I don't want to ruin them. What am I stuck on here? She made these she had a little baggie there for me. Oh, I'm stuck now. Here we go. Not going back in that bag. Isn't that beautiful? Where's that piece of paper I have so you can see them better? So there's that one. And I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, if something came from Deb, please say it, but I'm pretty sure Deb is a little bit more vintage type. Oh, these are so pretty. I'm going to have to learn how to fold these. It's like an origami type fold. Jen, we need a class. Isn't that pretty? These I definitely will use. Love, love, love this. This is so gorgeous. Look at these flowers, you guys. Jen, class, please. Online class, please. Look at them. Gemstones in the middle. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I'll move those off to the side. I will so enjoy using these. Look at this one. This is beautiful. She's made some hidden paper clips. Just so pretty. Believe that's a little tag. Create. That is sweet. That is really sweet. And then love this journal card. That is so nice. It's done on an index card. I love this. So this would make a really beautiful pocket, but I don't know. It has to go in my book, I think. And then, oh, this is a CD. Oh, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I love, love, love this. I'm so going to have to make these. Yeah, I got to make these for sure. So thank you, Jen. I love these. And then she gave me some labels. These I remember I opened them because I've had these before. And they are fun to use. AEI, L, O, Q, R, S, and Y. Love the different colors of these too. These are, I think they're medical labels, right? Or like for medical file folders. They used to use these for some type of filing system that was of the day. And she gave me a J. Where's the K? That's okay. I don't need the K. But labels I can use. Awesome. So that'll go right into my label pile. Book covers. I don't understand why she doesn't like book covers. She gave me so many of them, but this is gorgeous. Look at this, the color of this, right? Now this is from, it says March 1895. It looks, now it says here, the printing was done at the University Press at Cambridge for Stone and Kimball, March 1895. The BB Tide by Robert Louis Stevenson. Yeah. Or Robert Louis Stevenson and Lloyd Osborne. But just a beautiful cover. I will try to restore the spine pieces as well, because this is really cool. It's got the number 823 on here. I wonder if that's, you know, one of the printing numbers or something. Love it. You know, in those days, they actually numbered the books because that's how limited they were to how much they could make. And then this cover is Hello, Mrs. Piggly Wiggly. Isn't that a cute cover? Ooh, yeah. Now this I remember. We tucked it in here. How come you don't use these hardcovers, Jen? I don't understand. But she does beautiful glue book collage, and her glue books are amazing. If you haven't seen Jennifer Dirtle's channel, the link is below in my description, because she is a member of Thrifty Canucks as well. Her collage is so inspiring, and her videos are fun to watch. Watching her put things together just amazes me. You know, she'll take objects that are totally random objects and she puts it together and you go, well, of course, that makes total sense. And the colors that she uses and she puts together, and then that infectious giggle that when she starts giggling on her channel, that's it, I'm done. I start giggling too. So thank you for that. Now, I don't know if the wallpaper came from Jen or if it came from Deb. Deb had given me a bunch of stuff too that I think I already put away. But I do have some handmade stuff that she made here. I forget who gave me this. One of the girls gave me it, but again, 2 easy journal covers and out of this. Just super fast and easy to put this together. 2 journal covers with a flap. Yeah, I don't remember who gave me this, so you guys can tell me. But I'll thank you both. And then I think, yes, this came from Jen because I salvaged the paper. I didn't want anything to happen to the paper. I love it. And she gave me a handmade book. This she gave us when we were together. There was Thelma and myself and Barb. She made us these handmade books. I love this. It is made out of a file folder. And look at this. She did all this by hand herself. Just amazing. Now, did you stitch this by hand? Because if not, if your sewing machine does that wide of a stitch, that's pretty cool. That's really interesting. Love that. And it's a folio filled with different goodies. And it says Kim K. There's the K. And she's giving me some playing cards. And they're jacks. And some journal cards. And an envelope that she's done. This must be it's an index card probably, or a reference card. And then another journal card here. And some tags. Love this. And it's made out of a file folder. Of course, I'll never get it back all back in and on camera. And then on this side is another journaling card, or a couple here. She's given me some washi tape. Love that. That I'll have to keep out. And then another journaling card. And an envelope with a piece of paper inside. Did you write a note on here? No. No, she just gave me a matching paper to go with it. Another journaling space. And a game card. A tabulating card. And that all tucks into the side here. This actually reminds me of where we went for lunch. It's a book plate, but there's a place called Mock Turtle in Shediac that we've gone to lunch several times now. And you know, this has got books in the background, but they have shelves and shelves of games. And then now there's a rabbit in here, and the theme of most of Mock Turtle is Alice in Wonderland. So there's teacups and rabbits and clocks and Alice and all kinds of fun things throughout the whole restaurant. But I love this. Now she's done some collaging on here and the gold stenciling over top. That's amazing. I love, love, love this. And then it's got the letter K up here. Thank you, Jen. This is beautiful. Just beautiful. And these are some of the goodies. Now, I know that Deb had given me some fabric as well, but I filed it a lot of it away. I know she gave me the sleeve from something that she had bought, a jacket. I think she bought 2 jackets, and she gave a sleeve to Thelma as well. But this is some of the goodies from Deb. Her channel is linked down below. Deb Abram, DLC Creations, DCL. It's down below. Deb, I'm sorry. But okay, so she's avocado dyed these doilies. Look how beautiful these are. And then she did some paper as well. This is beautiful. How can I use this? I can't put this in somebody's journal. I don't want to put it in one of my journals because you know what happens to one of my journals after. I'll have to put it in my must keep this because it's from friends. I've I've got a couple of journals, and now I've got to put more together where I have different creations. So I've got a big bucket of stuff, and so I might have to put it in there and put some of your goodies on it as your journal pages, because I can't bear to use this in a journal that I'm going to either give away or sell. So I think it has to go in something I keep, and my personal journals, some of you know this, some of you don't, but I write in my journal until it's done. And when I've completed it, I sometimes go back and read through it, but usually I only keep it for a couple of weeks, and then I burn it. I destroy it and I burn it, because my journals are my release. So I sometimes write things that make no sense to anybody. I sometimes, have a lot of issues where I have to get that stuff out of my system and on paper. And to burn it is, I guess it's a way of releasing it and letting it all go. It's also the fact that I don't ever want anybody to read my journals. And I've been writing in journals since I was 14. And I remember the very first time I burned a journal after I had filled it, I thought, oh my God, if my parents ever read this, what would they think of me? And, our trials and tribulations of life, I pour everything into my journals, and I say things, and, whatever. But at the end, I burn them and release all that out of my system. So yes, I do make my journals reasonably nice, not as elaborate as the ones that I make to sell or give away, but I do destroy them after I've written them. So when I get a journal from someone, I don't write in it, because then I have to let it go. But that is my way of doing it. And also, for the note, if you do write in journals, and you do pour your heart and soul into them, I start my journals at the back of the book and I move forward, just like life moves forward. And this way, if I've written something that really bothered me, I don't have to flip through it every time I want to write something new in the book. It's at the back of the book and it stays back there unless I want to go back and read it. But that's another way of putting the past at the back and behind me. So if you write journals, you may want to consider doing that, to write backwards in the journal, back towards the front of the book, so that you are going into the future, and the future is not written yet. And so keep that in mind if you're writing journals. And then I have all of these beautiful cards from Deb. So Deb, going back to this is going into a friend's journal, including your paper. And same with yours, Jen. Yours items are going into my friend's journal of all different things. Now, this is a little mini booklet, a little mini notebook. Isn't that adorable? Just stapled in the center, and yet it's so effective, isn't it? And then you've covered the staple marks. Beautiful. Love it. Coffee stained paper. A little tab. Oh, it must be a hidden paper clip. Yes, I see it now. It's a hidden paper clip. And another little notebook that she's sewn. These are so fun, aren't they? I love making these. I don't write in them, but I love looking at them, and I love touching and feeling them. A lovely pocket. Oh, see, this has to go together with this, definitely. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Persistence. Isn't that beautiful? There's a nice little tuck on a page where you can just glue it down in the corner and tuck things into it. A lovely page element, or it could be a little side tuck where you tuck stuff in from that side. Beautiful handmade flower. I love handmade flowers. This will go in my stash as well, but it won't be used. It will be there for me to keep, because I love these things. And here's another one of these page elements. This is very pretty. You could use this as a pocket and tuck things in this way as well. Very pretty. A little, could be a belly band, could be a page edge, all kinds of uses for this. Love these buttons on here. Those are gorgeous. Very nice. Very nice, complementing to the paper you've used. Wow, that's beautiful. Love it. Another little, this is a altered playing card. She's got a little music note on here and the gramophone. Love that. Cute. And this tag, every possibility begins with the courage to imagine. Very true. Yeah, the world is full of possibilities. Love this. Deb, you haven't initialed or signed anything. Love it. I will put it all together again, and it will go in. I do make notes, and I will put it together so that I can put it in a friend's journal. I also have all my Happy Mail journals to finish and putting together. Oh, I have so many. Okay, the last thing here is this container, $2.99 at Valley Village. I paid $2.10. It's just another storage box with the things that I can put in it, for things that I can put in it. For now, all of this is going to go back into it. So that's it for my Thrifty Canucks video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to now get back into this because I do have 2 bags upstairs to show you, and a bag sitting here on the floor that'll be next to show you. But in another video, of course. So thank you, Jen and Deb, for this box of goodness. I love it all, and I look forward to using it all in my journals. These are really cute, Jen. I want to know more. Same with the flowers. I would love to see some tutorials on these on your channel. That would be awesome. Or even an afternoon of us making stuff together. That would be fun. And this is beautiful. This is just beautiful. So yes, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I look forward to slowly getting back into doing my Thrifty Canucks. I enjoy the shopping experience, and I enjoy showing you what I found and how I'm going to use it, and just having fun with you. So that's it. That's all for today. I wish you all a very creative day and a creative week, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye for now.